It'll be a little warmer. And I'll be shooting down there up until Christmas time. I made him squeeze all my stuff together in about 2.5 weeks, but...
For you, gotta go to Florida.
Gotta go to Florida. We shot a movie, I shot a movie called Soul Surfer, with, it's a Bethany Hamilton story about the girl who lost her arm in the tiger shark attack. And I was with Helen Hudson and Dennis Quaid. And Dennis and I had 4 days off a week, and I was very good friends with the dearly departed Arnold Palmer. And he's got a course up there in the North Shore of Oahu where we were staying in Turtle Bay. And he set up golf for us every day, so Dennis and I are playing golf. So we're 2 months there, and I'm going, dude, we're really kind of getting paid to play golf right now. You know? So it was just ridiculous. Yeah, it was a good gig if you can get it.
Hello again. Obviously Michael, you did a lot with him, but as far as Hercules goes, who would you think you had like the best chemistry with as far as another actor or actress?
Probably equally Bruce Campbell and Kevin Smith. Our personalities. Michael's a very funny guy, but Michael's just way too academic for us. I think he got 7 degrees while on the set. Like he got a degree in Latin. I said, why? It's dead. It's useless, But he's just that way. He's a very bright guy. And I think I mentioned to some people here already that Kevin Smith and Bruce and I would go golfing on weekends. And that should have been the first reality show, Golfing with Hercules. Because those two guys, it was so insane. And so, because I'm a good golfer, I'm a single-digit handicap. They're like, they suck. Okay? But they love the game, and we have so much fun with it. I mean, Kevin would break clubs and start doing push-ups on the fairway because he's pissed off and stuff. But just the jokes going back and forth, I mean, it was so much fun. And of course, Kevin passed away 2 years after Hercules finished in an accident on a set in Shanghai. And then, I've been down there a few times for autograph shows through the years since the series finished, and I always bring a couple beers, the beers we used to drink. He introduced me to Max Gold. If you like beer, go online, order Max Gold from New Zealand. It's a wonderful beer. And I would leave one on his grave and one with me, just drink it and talk to him and stuff, because he's still a dear friend. And he left 3 boys behind. And his oldest was 10 at the time. And that son is now 26, and he's about 6'6". And a big rugby player down there. He's a beast. So, Kev's a good man. I miss him.
He was a big guy, too.
He was big. He got really embarrassed in the first episode he's in with me because he wasn't working out. And he said, then he became just a workout fiend after that. Because like Kiwis and Canadians, they love their beer. It's a Commonwealth thing, I think. So it's like, they pound over there. They go and they party. I just sit there and go, dude, you guys, I don't need to keep up with you. Hey.
So I grew up watching Hercules and Xena during the summers and absolutely loved all the action and fighting scenes that you guys had. So I'm just wondering, with all the different stunts and fight scenes that you had to do, what do you feel is the most ridiculous thing that they had you do? Like, what was the funniest thing that you're just like, why are you making me do this?
But that's what made the show funny.
I know, that's why it was so great.
And I kind of added in a lot of that. Well, Peter Bell was our stunt choreographer, and I probably did 95% of my own stunts because my ego said that I could. And I loved it. Coming from a jock background, you get competitive with it. So we did, pretty much the routine was 3 fights per episode. And what we would do, so that would be 3 days out of those 8 to 10 days, whatever that episode needed. We were 8, 9, or 10 days per episode. And the days we weren't doing fight scenes, the stunt guys would be on the set.
Yeah.
So I would block a scene, and they would go light it, and then for a half an hour, 45 minutes, I'd deal with the stunt guys working through the dance of the choreography of a fight scene. And there are scenes, there are scenes in there where it's just me fighting 12 guys. You know what I mean? I've got to memorize like 36 moves, and they each got to memorize 3. And so, God, there were times you sit there and they go, okay, and they do the clapboard, and they go, we got speed, and I know he's about to say action, the director, I'm going, oh shit, what am I supposed to do first? And then they go in action, but once you go, and then all of a sudden you get into it, because you get nervous before, because you want to do well and stuff, and there was one scene that, every episode I directed, I put in that Hercules created a sport. So I would write a scene that I would put it in there. So there was one where I'm fighting 12 guys, and I take out 8 of them. We found this crater of this volcano, which is beautiful. And so I take out, there's 8 guys laying on the ground, moaning and groaning, they're all wiped out, they're hanging from trees, wherever I threw them. And so there's 4 guys, they're taken off, they're gone. And they're like 1,000 meters ahead of me. And I start to run, and I go, stop. And I go, oh, damn. And I got a sword in my hand, right? So I put it down, I go like this, and I look down, and I see a rock that kind of looks like a golf ball. Then I see another rock, I pick it up, there's another rock that kind of looks like a T. So I put it on there, take this big slow motion swing, boom, hit the golf, goes 1,000 meters, hits them all, 4 guys, boom, 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 boom. And I go, and they go down, I go, 4. And then as I walk off, they kept the camera stationary. As I walk up, I look at the sword and I go, I had a feeling this thing would slice. And there's another one, actually, that my first time I directed, where it looks like there was a shipwreck, and we do this gratuitous, slowly up my legs, kind of a naked shot. It looks like I just barely made the shore and passed out. But then we play Beach Boy music, and I turn around and there's Michael Hurst out there surfing on a broken piece of wood from a ship. And we had a stunt guy do his headstands on, and I'm watching him, and he gets, did you see that? Oh my God, did you see my? I go, you're riding a piece of wood on a wave, like that's going to become popular. And he goes, yeah, I guess you're right. But that's what made the show fun, was just stuff like that. Just because we ad-libbed a lot. They let us ad-lib a lot, because the writers were in LA. We were down there. When we first started ad-libbing on the movies, it used to just piss them off. Why are they changing the dialogue, But then the studio, like our exec producers, Tapper and Sam Rainbow, going, yeah, but it's funny. So they tried to write our way, because I think Sorbo would say this, and but that's like I said, I think that endeared it to people. It was almost like Gilligan's Island without breaking the fourth wall, But it was fun. Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
I was always wondering, lots of kids idolized you. They thought you were the best thing in the world. Were you ever nervous?
What?
To be fair, yeah. It wasn't Hercules, no boy would make it. I was always wondering, were you ever nervous about the pedestal that you got put on?
At its peak, we're getting a couple thousand letters coming in constantly every week. I mean, it was crazy. And we passed Baywatch by season 4 as the most watched TV show in the world. Well, we had a lot of cleavage too, so I call it Baywatch BC. But it was amazing, the letters that came in from people saying, I didn't have a father, you were my role model. I had a guy say it to me yesterday here. It was very touching. He came up to me, I could tell he was very emotional about it. He was in his 30s now, but he was like 10, 12 years old when the show was on. And I was the recipient of 4 people that came on this set over the years that were Make-A-Wish people. And 3 of them died. And it was hard for me to keep it together and meet these kids. Because I didn't feel worthy. It's like, of everything you have, I'm the one you want to meet. I mean, honestly, it's very humbling. And the best you can do is just try to make them have such a great time and leave them something with whatever memory you can leave them with. But it was pretty amazing to have that happen. I had 2 of them come up on the Andromeda setup as well up in Canada. So, yeah, I think there comes... Walt Disney said years ago, movies and television can shape culture, and I think politics is downstream of culture, and who runs culture? Hollywood. So for good or bad, and there's a lot of bad out there right now too going on, I think, I've been trying to do more movies that I think are a little more family friendly. I've shot 59 movies, there's probably a dozen I wish I didn't do. But I always remember an interview with Sir Michael Landon years ago, when Sir Michael Cain. I'm thinking Michael Landon because the guy that I just did a movie with used to be the showrunner on Highway to Heaven. But it was Michael Cain, and the guy said, why would you do Jaws 4, or whatever he was in? He goes, you're nominated, Academy Award nominated. Why would you do that? Did you even see the movie, sir? And he said, no, but I saw the house that built me in Spain. So, we all got mortgages, So, I mean, I don't go into some of these movies thinking it's going to be a bad movie. I mean, I do movies, I got buddies in the business, and they need me for 5 scenes, and I like it. Like, it looks fun, I'll do it. Then you go, I don't know, this is some weird psycho movie. Maybe I should have paid more attention, but, I mean, most of the time I take roles that I want to take, and that's what I kind of look for.
Thank you for your time.
So, piggybacking on that, Hercules was a classic iconic figure for me when I was growing up. Kind of similar situation, a real father figure, really sketchy waters, and I always looked to that for strength and hope and wisdom. But I wanted to know on your side personally, what was the point at which you knew that you had made it? essentially, that you had something real, a career. I mean, in entertainment.
When it was between seasons 2 and 3 of Hercules. I come season 1 as the 5 2-hour movies as well. So we just finished the first season of 1-hour episodes. And I came back home during Christmas when Mom and Dad in Minneapolis. And my mom and I went Christmas shopping. And we walked into Target and there was an entire wall of Hercules stuff. And it was so surreal. You know? My mom, she looks at me, I'm looking at her like, isn't this weird? You know? But, yeah, I mean, I think it was even before that, I remember going to the airport in Auckland in New Zealand to fly back, and people staring at me and coming up and asking for photos or whatever at the airport. And it just, you kind of hits, because the first year, you're just down there shooting. It's not out yet, the 5 2-hour movies aren't out yet, people don't know. I would go golfing on the weekends, and actually the first 2 years, they worked me 6 days a week. They were killing me. It was nuts. The only bonus about that, New Zealand is basically a day ahead of us. So it's Sunday there right now. So on my Sundays off, I would still go out golfing so I get my 1 round in a week. And then I come back home and they would show, how cool is this being from where all we're from, the Big Ten game of the week. So I get the Big Ten football game of the week, whoever it was, but it's like my little touch of home with that, you know? So, but you would go out golfing around there, and I'd play with people. Hey, what are you doing on here, Mike? Oh, you're from America, yeah. And they go, you play 18 holes. And I wouldn't tell them what I'm doing. I didn't want them to know at the time. Like after a year later, they knew. But at first, I'm just visiting. So you golf with 3 guys you don't know. At the end, they don't give you the number. Come on up, my wife will cook you a meal. You would never get that here in America. You would never get that. And I'm going, what? One guy said, oh, here's my keys to my batch. You can take a lady down there, Mike. And after the batch is what they call little beach homes, you know. And they're going, you don't know me. You're giving me keys to your... But it's amazing down there. It's amazing. You would just drive just barely into the countryside, and they have these little fruit and vegetable stands. But there's nobody manning them. You walk up and pick up what you want. You pay in a little tin cup. And I tell them, in America, the fruit would be stolen, the money would be stolen. There'd be graffiti all over this thing. And it'd be destroyed. What does that say about us? Because it's so true.
That's a different panel, isn't it?
It's weird. It's weird.
It says we hate fruit, that's why.
No.
No fruit, no vegetables.
Organic crap. Give me that fudge that's out in the floor. Which is pretty good, really. All right, thanks.
When you saw your toys in the store, did you ever kind of stand by them when people walk by and be like,
No. I love it when people come up. I still got it even today, but even during then, especially, people would walk up and they'd sit there and go, do you know you look just like that guy that plays Hercules? Are you Kevin Sorbo? See, the guys, I think the guys who are secure themselves, you gotta admit, we're very insecure with our egos. So I play a role like Hercules, and you go to the gyms to work out. Even in New Zealand, I got this too, but I certainly got it when I came back home to Minnesota. It'd be Christmas, I go with my brother's workout. Show's a big hit, I'd be in my brother's gym. And guys would walk by, I'm on the bench press, guys would walk by, and loud enough for me to, I can lift more than he can, you know? And I don't like, sorry guys, I don't like to get away with that. So I would stand up and I go, I bet you can. I'll tell you what, if you want me to make you feel even more secure about your manhood, we can go to the front, I'll get on the microphone, give me your name, and I'll say who you are, and say you can beat me up. Will that make you feel better about yourself? I bust these guys on it. Usually they feel pretty stupid about it afterwards. But it's true. And I'm not going to let people get, I say, oh, come on, give me a break. Of course you probably can. Good for you. You know?
so what?
I'm really not Hercules. I'm an actor. I would just tell women I'm half God from the waist down. But beyond that...
You could pick someone to beat them.
That's right. Damn straight.
On that note,
Where's this question going?
Kevin Sorbo Hercules versus Dean Cain Superman. Who would win in a fight?
I tell Dean I kick his butt all the time. Dean and I are good friends. I was actually down the last 2 guys for that role. It was between Dean and I on the Lois and Clark TV series. And then we both did our screen test with Terry Hatcher. I get called that night from the manager saying I got the part. 12 hours later, I get a call back, and they said they changed their mind, they're going with Dean. To talk about the highs and the lows of my industry and how quickly they can do that to you. So 3 months later, I got Hercules. And as I tell Dean, Your show went 3 years and got canceled. Mine went 7.